Hey guys, welcome to a video of Indigo Wolf. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be ranking every amazing digital circus character from S tier to D tier. And I'm going to be explaining why and tell you who her character is, and yeah, basically going to get into that. But anyway, first up on the list is one of the main characters in the show, Pomni. Now, my thoughts on Pomni. I like her. I think she's good. She's my favourite though. I think she is pretty high. She's definitely not an S tier. I'm going to give her an A tier. I feel like that's reasonable. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that for now. I can always change it later, guys. Okay, next up we've got Ragatha. Now, lots of people underrate her, okay, because she's not really a very bold character. Because she's kind of the kind one, as if you haven't seen that song that a fan have made called Mum Friend, she is like the sort of mum of the group, and she always looks after them. I quite like her. I don't hate her, but I don't love her. To me, she's a B. I do feel like people underrate her. But anyway, moving on to Gangle. She's also, like, she's kind of similar to Agatha, a bit underrated, but she's never been one of my favorite characters because I feel like I don't know what I don't know. She's just never been that. She's always sad, and I just feel like yeah, I feel like I might put her at C tier at the moment. She's just never been that character to me, you know. But anyway, next up we have got Kane. Okay, okay, let's just okay, right. So when I first watched The Amazing Digital Circus, and obviously this is one of the first characters you see in the show, I thought, who the hell is this guy? I mean, who wouldn't? He is literally um a, a thief person with eyeballs in. He is a strange character, but once you get used to him, he's alright. But yeah, but he through all the episodes of the show, you can see how he's sometimes nice, and he's been a bit crazy, and obviously he's had this two red and blue side like fighting and stuff. But honestly, I quite like his character. I feel like his character's really good, and honestly, I feel like people might blame me for this, but I'm putting him an A. I think he's quite similar to Pomni. I quite like him. But yeah, right, on to this next character. Jax. Oh, Jax. Okay. He's absolutely my favourite character in the show, and with no doubt, and I feel like most of you will know this, why after episode 9 he is going bam into S tier. No questions asked. Because I don't want to do any spoilers if you haven't watched it yet, but you might want to skip through some of this part if you haven't watched episode 9 yet. But after episode 9, like, he's just my favourite. Because who feels like so bad for him? Like, is it just me? But at the same time, like, I don't. I sort of like. I'm a bit like dodgy with how Glitch and like Gooseworks did end it, because half of me says they shouldn't have like sort of killed him off, and part of me says they should, if you know what I mean. Because I feel like they should have done something where like he gets brought back, and I do like how they did his abstraction off camera. I thought it was a little strange at first, but like lots of people don't like it, but I think it was pretty reasonable. But I am quite annoyed that like they didn't like bring him back or anything. And also, how did Pomni know like she could like just go in there? Like when okay. But yeah, he is in S tier for no doubt. Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace. Anyway, next up we've got Zubul. Another underrated, what did I just say? Yeah, so another character that's quite underrated. I'm gonna put them in B tier with Ragatha because I like the modern Gangle, and like I love her sassiness and how she's just that one line. I'm not gonna say it, but like she does swear a lot. Obviously, it gets bleeped except for once, but no spoilers. But she's just very sassy, like character, and she's like a strong, and I quite like it, so I'm putting it in B. Anyway, next up we've got Kinga. Now, I quite like Kinga. I wouldn't say he's underrated, but I think he is a good character. After the third episode in I forgot what the episode's called, but you know the one in that spooky place with Pomni after that whole episode, I loved that he was like that, and also I'm going to give him A. I think that was really good. Anyway, I don't really have much to say about him. I love his backstory though. Everything about him's just amazing, and yeah. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next one, we have got Ribbit. Now, we have only really like properly been introduced to Ribbit in episode 9. We've had little hints from before, but honestly, I thought she would have been a lot different to how she turned out, and I actually quite like her character. It makes me sad that what happened between her and Jax, because I feel like it was quite silly. And if I'm gonna be honest, Jax, my G, you were pretty much in the wrong. I know everything that happened to him was like crazy, but like, yeah, but I do really like Ribbit's character, and I'm gonna put Ribbit in A with the rest of them. I do really like her character. Actually, I'm going to put her in S. She's not as good as Jax, so I am putting Jax in front, but I do really really like Ribbit for some reason. But yeah, anyway, it is sad how she extracted and everything, but you know, she lives in our memory. I love how I've done the two people who extracted are my favourite so far. But anyway, moving on to Cosmo. Right, I don't really like Cosmo. I feel like he is underrated, but like I don't really like him because I always pictured his voice that we heard in episode 9. It's a really deep compared to what I thought. I thought it'd been a little bit more higher pitched than that, but I do like what they did with him, and I don't hate him. He's not a D tier, but I'm gonna put him. I'm putting him after Gangle. I do prefer Gangle, but he's just not my favorite. I don't like him that much, but you know, can't love them all. Anyway, next up we've got Gummy Goo. Now, lots of people have felt really bad for Gummy Goo because of what happened at the end of episode 2, which I thought was quite harsh. That's another reason Kane's not an S. Like, it's just like, boom, gone, like, in a blink of an eye. It's crazy. I quite liked his character. I'm gonna give him. That was quite an emotional episode as well. I'm gonna put him B tier. I quite like him, but again, he's not the best, and also he wasn't like a main character, so yeah. Anyway, next up we've got Bubble. Now, when I was making this tier list and I got all the images, I nearly forgot about Bubble because he's just that like he's quite a small character, and one of the reasons I do love him is because he's sort of like the sidekick. Like you know he's there, but like sometimes you just forget, and that he's quite funny and weird at the same time. Like yeah, um, but I do quite like his character. I think he's quite cute. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna put him probably A, but not like close in the A. But yeah, anyway, for our final one that I wasn't actually gonna originally put on this list, but I ended up did anyway. We've got Abel, the and one thing that annoyed me about the episode of Abel and everything was that it was fake and that he was an AI. I thought it would have been really cool if that wasn't like just a. But so yeah, that was quite sad. But he's again, I don't really like him. He's yeah, because yeah, he's I don't even know why I disagree with them, but obviously at last we've got Abel. Cosmo, and Gangle. And then first we have got Ribbit and Night G, Jax. Like, who? Put down in the comments if you don't like Jax, because if you do, I hate you. I don't hate anybody, but still, why do you hate? Why didn't you like him? He's perfect. Anyway, so put down in the comments if you agree with my rankings, and I will do some more ranking videos in the future of other things. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.